Alright, so today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a beat like Fully Loaded by Che. Me personally, I'm not really a fan of the EP at all, but I think the beats are kind of cool. It's definitely the highlight of it for me. I really don't like Che's deep voice on it. I think it's kind of bad. But I will be showing you how to make a beat like that because I made this beat the other day and I kind of realized that it really sounds very similar to that. So I'm just going to kind of break down how I made this. Basically, you just kind of want to make a bad melody, I'm not even going to lie. Alright, so I just started with this pluck. You want to have the whole thing sound a little bit like dissonant, like off key a little bit. So that's kind of what I was going for with this. So this is just a very simple layer. The things about these beats, you want to have a lot of layers, and the layers don't have to be very complicated. You know, it adds up. Next up, we got this lead here. And then just most of these are just looped. And then I have the main lead sound here. Kind of weird, kind of trippy. That's kind of the vibe we're going for. And if you don't know how to make this slide, hop into this little wrench menu right here. You're going to put this on 1 and then Porto Mono, and then you can mess with the slide thing here. But yeah, so that's that. That's the lead. Then we got another pluck. A one shot, like a little accent. Another pluck on a layer. Now this is a pretty full layer right here, or like busy layer, I should say. Again, very, like dissonant sounding. And then we have our synths here to just play out these chords. Okay, so all this stuff by itself sounds, not very full, but when you add everything together, this is our whole melody before exporting it and stuff. So yeah, I took this really weird melody and exported it 2 times. The first time was without the lead like this. And the second time was obviously with the lead. So once I had to export, this all comes down to the effects. And let me just see what I put on this. And all these are just FL stock effects because that's what I have right now. So we have a destructor on it. I remember what I put this on, like some type of chorus probably. Then I have an EQ to cut the highs and lows. Another EQ and a flangus, which I love putting on my stuff. Just lower that a little bit, makes it sound more full. And then I put 2 gross beats here, which is like where most of the sound is going to come from, or most of the effects. So the first one I have here is on Turntable List, Scratch Pattern 10. And the second one is Returner 2 with Punk. And that's going to give it this sound right here. So without the gross beat, this is what it would sound like. And then for the lead here, we have this lead section. Okay, and then we have very simple clap. And then we have this hi-hat here. I think I panned this to the left. Yeah, it's a trick I use a lot of my hi-hats, to be honest. But yeah, this is what it looks like. So for this, I use a lot of pauses, like there's a pause there, there, there. So it's not just a normal 2-step. I'm not saying it's crazy complex, but yeah. And then we have this perk here, very classic perk. And then lastly, we have a accent snare here. So this is where you're going to get your real fully loaded sound from. And I'm going to show you how I made these 808s hit like this. But by itself, this is what it sounds like. And it's kind of like an off-key 808. I'm pretty sure it's out of tune for a lot of the parts, but here's what it sounds like. So yeah, you definitely make sure you want to have gaps. Honestly, you could put more gaps than I did, but there's a gap here, here, and here. And that's going to make it punch in and out. You could even like shorten this. So to get it to sound like Fully Loaded, this is what I put on the master. It looks like a lot, but I'm going to going to walk through it real quick. So we have Fruity Bass Boost. This is essential. I think this is probably just left on the default settings. Fast Distort. I love this on my masters. I use this a lot. Just put it on a compressor and lower the mix. And then Fruity Wave Shaper, just barely boosted there. And then an EQ, take out a little bit of the lows. Might be like, why are you taking out the lows? Well, all the distortion is going to stay there. But what this is going to do is just make it a little bit more listenable. So that's why I did that. That's my whole master track. And this is what the beat sounds like all together. Make sure you subscribe. I got more videos coming soon. I'm always dropping stuff on this channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching.